Yep, I gotta do it because they did it. They did it. Saitama, Titi, Sonic, Fuki, and Garo has all been buffed and dream awoken. Unfortunately, Genos and Boros, at the current time we're recording this video, has been kicked to the curb, and from how it seems, I doubt they're gonna get anything to them, which kind of sucks. Especially Genos. You could have easily buffed up that man's passive XP gain to like 50% or even 100%. It would have been freaking wild. People would have went nuts for that. But these 5 summonable characters in One Punch Man have been buffed, and my god, are some of their buffs actually pretty good. Unironically, I feel like Saitama might have some of the longest lasting staying power out of all these, next to like maybe Fuki, just because he has a 200,000% multiplier now. He's literally on the level of like super arts modifiers on a true art. They kind of gave Saitama the one thing that he was missing. Saitama never had any type of innate damage buff. The only damage buff he had innately was a giant boss killer, and that giant boss killer was just level 5, so it was only 50%. But now Saitama has 2 Dream, and both of them give him killers to 2 different races. The Crimson Dream gives him Demon and Dragon Killer, and the Light Dream gives him God and Beast Killer. So if you take him up against any of these races, he's dealing technically 150% damage to them if they're a giant boss as well. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, as a person who's played this game since pretty much the dawn of time, do not pick that Light Dream unless you plan on fighting just nothing but Og or other gods or whatever. I think Og's a demon, isn't he? Do not pick that Light Dream though. I cannot name you a singular beast giant boss in the game apart from like the one you have to poison in the Crest Palace. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. Demons and dragons though, there are plenty of those in the game. Also gods as well. There's a lot of gods in the game, but with the Crimson Dream, you're getting a lot more mileage out of Saitama. To put it in perspective though of how crazy this damage buff actually is, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you all to the damage calculator, where you can type in, you know, specific stats and whatever else, and we can calculate exactly how much a unit will deal in terms of DPS. And here's all Saitama's stats loaded up into the calculator. We have his base attack, his Tasmon attack, which yes, this is at 710 because Saitama gets 460 from Tasmons, and then since he is a luck unit, he gets an additional 250 attack from the luck bonus system. The equip attack will be 500 because he only has 1 physical slot, and the crest attack, we're going to do a level 4 crest here, which is 750 attack. With 150% damage buff, 200,000% damage modifier, we calculate that, ladies and gentlemen, Saitama is hitting base 2,052,000 damage on a true art. Not even factoring in any other buffs, just what he has on his own. That is wild, ladies and gentlemen. You can just imagine how crazy this will be, especially with some of the ascended characters we have nowadays to really buff up this man Saitama, and you can expect this guy to hit for ridiculous amounts of damage. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to say, I love to say this right here, and that is Saitama is back. One character that I'm not too sure that's back though is going to be Titi. Now Titi got some pretty sizable buffs as well with her modifiers and everything, as you see here on screen with her banner picture, and everything else relatively stayed the same. She does have 2 Dream Awakening passives as well. She has the Verdant Dream and the Light Dream. Verdant Dream gives you 100% break power against water enemies, and then the Light Dream gives you max HP 10% up to all allies, and you autofill Earth units arc gauge by 2. Now both these dreams I don't think are necessarily terrible. I'm personally probably going to be picking the Earth Dream 9 times out of 10 when it comes to a lot of these Awoken breakers. I just feel like it works a lot better. A character that's doing an insane amount of work though, Fuki. This character had originally just, you know, BE output, some extra damage ups, and that was it. Now though, ladies and gentlemen, she has a lot of stuff going. The main thing is that this character can technically get up to 240% magic damage up on a true art. The way how we would achieve this is by utilizing her Earth Dream, gives all allies magic damage 40% up, and autofills human units arc gauge by 2. If that wasn't enough, ladies and gentlemen, she also has her true art that gives 200% magic damage up and a magic res down now. Originally this thing did not have a magic res down. They really gave her a lot. But we can't forget about the other boys, right? Sonic got pretty decent stuff here. Like his kit really didn't change too much because, I mean, to be honest, Sonic didn't really need like a crazy kit change whatsoever. Mainly just modifier buffs. His art gauge got buffed as well on his arts, and that's about it when it comes to the buffs for Speedo Sound Sonic. He did get 2 Dream Awakenings just like everyone else so far, and his 2 Dream Awakenings are Water Dream and the Dark Dream. The Dark Dark Dream's gonna make him hit just so much harder, and if you care about just Sonic doing crazy amounts of damage, then go with the Dark Dream. Fatal Blow is just way too good to pass up. But if you care about, maybe him being a bit more consistent in nukes or whatever else, going for the Water Dream isn't necessarily bad. These both are just two really good options. And the final unit is Garo. Now, Garo originally was one of the worst characters we ever seen at launch. Like, when this guy came out back in the day, it was bad. He just had, like, nothing going for him. He was so cooked, man. He really was. But this man actually got a lot of buffs, and they made him really freaking good. For one, he got massive modifier changes on pretty much everything. Especially his art. His art now applies a 70% evasion rate down on the enemy. Before it was only 30. And he also buffs up his accuracy and skill CT speed by 70% now. His true art got buffed in terms of modifiers, and also the arch damage buff on the true art now goes up to 500 instead of 300. We also have his 2 Dream Awakening passives to add on top of all this craziness. The Crimson Dream gives you art gauge when near death and also status element time and reduction, and the Dark Dream gives you damage up when the enemy is under 30% HP and art gauge 200 when the quest starts. With this one, I'm gonna say either or is actually kind of good. Me, myself, for my Garo, I'm probably gonna be going with the Dark Dream more so than the Crimson Dream. Oh, and one more thing, before we head out of here, we aren't getting a crossover ticket. There will be one, but you have to pay for that. So that's not really, for everybody. However, there is another ticket, or not ticket, but a Forever Summon. We're going to be having a brand new Forever Summon in Grand Summoners at the release of One Punch Man, and this Forever Summon includes the One Punch Man units. For the first time in GS history, crossover units, specifically One Punch Man units, are in the Forever Summon. So if you're looking for Saitama, Titi, whoever, make sure you go for them in this new Forever Summon. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all the news. Tell me down below what you guys are all thinking about this crossover. You liking it, you're not. Me and myself, I actually think we're getting a lot more stuff here than what we got with like Fairy Tail and all that. So they're definitely making up for it. I just really hope they add the mines or raids or something else to this so we can test out a lot of the new Dream Awakenings and just to have something else to do on top of like the regular story quests. Because of course, we'll have to get these guys to luck 120 if you haven't got them to 120 already from the past. But that'll only hold us over for like so long. But hey, you already heard everything from me. You guys let me know what you all think about the One Punch Man Dream evolutions and buffs down below in the comment section. Your boy's about to go play some more Shadow of the Erd Tree. But before I leave, don't forget to drink water.